The Evergreen Media Network Studio, powered by Scott Tree Services.
All right, we're back. Classic Car Radio. I'm here with Todd and Steve. We're just hanging. Keith's not in. But he does have a website that he's going to promote his humor on. Did you bring that up, Jess?
Yeah.
And that's...
it's called dryjokes.com.
KJMcDonald.substack.com. There he is. There's the big guy right there. Look at that picture, huh?
Look at that.
He's looking pretty good right there.
That place looks familiar in the background.
What is the place in the background? What is that, at the car show or something like that?
That's the place where you go to get your cars painted.
No, it's not.
Is that Todd's house that he's got up there?
Yeah.
I sent a customer out there
That's
the other
pretty
day.
nice.
Huh?
Was he there for the
Yeah.
Bob run?
Yeah, he was there.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's why everybody's coming to you still, because...
Yeah,
No, they're not.
You all right over there, Joe?
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, talking to Joe Biden over there. He's
Yeah.
forgetting that he doesn't. At least he recognized his own house.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
You know.
Well, I seen the driveway. I'm like, oh, it looks familiar.
So there you go. That's Keith's new website there.
That's an ugly mofo, ain't it? Look at that.
KJMcDonald.substack.com if you want to hear some jokes. I hope they're good.
What does it say?
Weak
KJ
humor.
McDonald.
It says
Weak humor
weak humor.
every week.
There you go. Weak humor every week.
Yeah.
What's
But it's spelled weak as weak.
Yeah, weak is weak. That means it's not that funny. It's a little funny.
Kind of like dry humor.
Right, like dry humor.
Yeah.
It's not dry, it's wet.
Yeah.
So we can't even crash the
Drenched.
party on that one.
I know. He's not here. We can't make fun of him. We can't do anything. He's not even promoting his book.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big Pontiac book that he's got there.
Yeah.
You know?
That's probably on the bottom of that website. If you like this, try this book.
There you go. Hey, Jesse's finding everything.
Oh, my Lord.
see?
Look at that.
Milt Shornack and the Royal Bobcat GTO.
What the hell's going on? He's not even here. We're promoting all this crap. Get this
what I'm
crap
thinking.
off. What is up with this?
The last thing I want to hear is
He ain't been
about a
here in 3 weeks and we're
GTO.
promoting him. What is up with this? No, end it. Crap it. Throw it off. We're done.
I think he sent Jesse some money. I don't know what's
Is that
going
what
on.
it is?
Yeah, I think
Paying
so.
off Jesse?
Yeah, that's... All right.
Highest bidder?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yeah,
Highest
right.
bidder. Is that what goes on
Yeah,
around
that's
here?
right.
Highest bidder?
Yeah.
Jesse's he just sent the Domino's pizza to his house. There we go.
You got extra,
Pub sub.
Yeah,
Extra-
pub sub, right.
extra
Pub-
sausage on a form.
There we go. All right, let's do some tech talk. We got here Jesse and Sebastian asks, guys, my 92 Mustang 5.0 will just keep running when I turn it off. It's not dieseling, it's actually running. I could literally drive it. I have to put it in gear and let the clutch out fast to stall it in order to get it to shut off. I replaced the ignition switch and all the fuel pump relay with no luck. I don't know what else to do. Any help would be greatly appreciated. What do you think, guys? He says it's not dieseling.
It's actually running.
It's
Still running. Even though he shuts the key off, it's not losing the power. It's staying running. So it's got to be inside the ignition.
Got to be
right?
something with the ignition switch, the electrical part.
Well, you remember back on the old Mustangs, Neil from 50s, I've seen the starter solenoid short out, and then it keeps power down to the starter.
Right.
So once the car's running, it'll actually stay running. And I also seen remember the little, what is it, like an 8-pin relay or something on the firewall, the little starter relay?
Yeah.
If they melt, they'll keep it running because it keeps the ignition power all the time. So even when you turn the key off, it doesn't power down the ignition switch, so it stays running.
That's like my neighbor. He bought his Mitsubishi in up to Mitsubishi Vero. It needed a starter. At least they told him it needed a starter. $1,200 to put a starter in at the dealership.
Is it
What kind of car is
a
it?
The
Ferrari?
Mitsubishi, the van. Not in the van. Mitsubishi, it's an SUV. It's, it's
Montero?
smaller. Nope.
To put a
Mirage?
starter in?
But I think it's a Mirage. I
Then you have to
think.
pull a motor out?
I don't know, but I said, go see, Fred over there at Mitsubishi. Doesn't Fred own? Yeah, he runs the parts department over there. But he said, no, $1,200. So he gets the car home. He goes to start it. Doesn't start. So
I'd be upset.
now he's jumping the car every day from the relay to the starter to get the car to start every day.
Some of those starters, like I know the first one I did on a Lexus was underneath the intake way back when, and that it wasn't hard, but it sucked. But then we did one in the Tundra, the 5.7, the force motor.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got to jack the motor up, take the motor mount out, and you got to take the exhaust manifold off just to get to the starter.
Really?
Yeah, and I want to say it was like 6-hour job.
Yeah.
So I mean, if
So there
you're
you go.
$125 an hour times 6,
Yeah.
I mean,
There you go.
and then I know when we did that truck, I put a factory starter back, and I wasn't putting one of these crappy. Hey, we
Yeah.
give you lifetime warranty, but you got to change it every 30 days.
Yeah, forget that.
But I want to say that was about $1,200, $1,300 for that starter.
For a starter. That's just ridiculous.
And most of it was, the labor. It was like 6.5 hours labor.
Yeah. That's the problem with it anymore.
So that
You
was
know,
600.
with these parts,
$750.
you only get paid once to change them out,
Right.
and
And the parts are getting lousier and
Yeah.
lousier every day, and then they come up with every excuse not to pay you.
yeah, I've just had it, but like Corvette,
Yeah.
green Corvette, the one I put the
Oh, the-
sniper in.
Brake
Right.
calipers.
Well, the display, to tap it, he said it's acting weird. Well, I looked at it first; it seemed to be fine. Well, when I went to go move it, they're fixing the brakes. I noticed it's just jumping from screen to screen to screen. Well, every time I tried to tap it to go back to home, it wouldn't go back home. So something was messed up in it. So it needs a new screen. Called, I got it through Summit. Called Summit. Well, Holly only has a 90-day warranty on it. So, call Holly and see if you can get Holly. Wasn't going to do anything. No
Really?
matter. I said, dude, this guy ain't even got 500 miles on this car.
Right.
It didn't matter. It wasn't going to do no. Fortunately, Summit gave me like $75 off a new screen, but the screen's $300 and some odd dollars.
Yep.
So it still cost me $290 some bucks.
Right. Just for a screen.
Yeah, but the problem is you only get paid once to do it. I can't charge a guy over and get, for
Right.
something like that.
Yeah.
It'd be just like you put a water pump on it. You get a water pump from one of the parts houses and you put it on, and it's fine. They come back a week later and it's run
not
out of
working,
water.
yeah.
You're only going to get paid once to do it.
Right.
You know?
You got to take the whole thing apart. Especially with the water pumps now. Like, you got to take the whole engine apart
Yeah.
to get to a
Well,
water
it's just
pump.
the parts are junk.
We put 3 master cylinders on a 56 Chevy before we got a good one. And these are $300 billet master cylinders.
Right. Look, I was talking to Tom Gore yesterday. He said he bought a whole disc brake setup for the Fairlane that he has. Put it all together. Brake was still hard. Couldn't even push down on. Car wasn't stopping, no nothing. He changed a couple of things, got a new brake booster. Nothing. He took all that crap off, put the old stuff back on, now the car stops with the drum brakes. It's just crazy. I guess the parts that you get now, I don't know where they're
Yeah, and
coming
that
from.
car stops with one line capped off and one brake line feeding all 4 wheels, and that car stops.
Your brake job one that you were dealing with?
No, this is Tom's car.
Tom's car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
dude, he came to the shop to bust my chops about the 56.
Uh-huh.
He's like, I'll
See.
get brakes for you. I said, go ahead, because 2 of my other friends said the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 4.5 hours later, he says,
He gives up.
then we even bought an electric vacuum pump because this motor doesn't make a whole lot of vacuum.
Right.
Didn't phase it.
Yeah. It's just crazy. The parts you get now are just crap.
Let's see, what happened was him saying that came back and karma bit him on his car over the brakes. That's
No,
what happened.
he came up and asked me, he's like, so what have you done? And then at the whole end of the conversation, he's like, because I'm fighting the same thing on my car now.
Yeah. See?
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just nuts. I was going to get a disc brake for the AMX because my wife's having problems with her brakes. And, do you even get one? I don't know. I don't know what to
Yeah.
do.
the
I mean-
problem is you got to get one that's matched. And that's the problem with like most of these cars that come in. It's mismatched crap.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, like on these cars that I'm building, I'm doing the whole system, the whole Willwood system,
Right.
I haven't had an issue with any of them yet.
With Wellwood.
Willwood.
Now you do front and rears.
Front and rear.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything from front
That's
and
what's
rear.
on my black and blue Chevelle.
Right.
And that car will put you through the windshield.
Yeah.
And that's what's on my other black and white Chevelle.
Right.
That car will put your butt through the windshield.
That's what happens with the AMX. If you hit that brake too hard, that car bolts you right through the windshield.
Yeah.
You remember the orange car? That was manual steering, manual brakes, but it had a Wildwood manual 4-wheel disc brake system with the
Right.
little bias valve.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And that orange car would stop. I mean, that car would.
Yeah, it's like the Mustang. I've got the same system on it.
Right.
I got the electric power assist booster in the trunk for it, but that thing stops great.
Yeah, like I said, the AMX stops really good unless if I back out of the driveway, won't stop. I don't know I'm assuming it runs all through vacuum.
Well,
Yeah.
a lot
Because
of
I know
them
the
do, yeah.
windshield wiper runs through vacuum, and if I don't have enough vacuum, the windshield wipers are going like really slow.
Yeah. See, that's what we tried electric
Yeah.
vacuum pump, and it didn't fix none of the cars.
No,
Well, probably some cheap disc brake system then.
Yeah, and I've called both of the companies, and they're like, we don't get it. I even called Wildwood, had those guys on the phone in the tech department, and they got 4 technicians up there. I stumped all them.
Hmm.
And then what's the other one? MBC1 or something like that. They specialize in all the brakes, and they said you need a 10-pound residual valve.
really.
10 pound. I'm like, what? I
Hmm.
was like, I've always heard like 2 and 3. I was like, they even make a 10? Put a 10 in it? Nope.
Nothing.
It did bring my brake pressure up though, and I got 900 pounds at the lowest point of brake pressure in that car.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you can push on that car's brake pedal even in the dirt, and you're not locking up those wheels.
Cars.
So, Jess, we have a lot of things with brakes and stuff, so who knows? Pete from Vero Beach asks, hey guys, I keep cleaning my 67 Chevelle steering wheel cover, but after it sits for a week or more, it gets all sticky. What can I do to stop this from happening? Any tricks or miracle solutions?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Take it off and throw it in the garbage.
Alrighty then.
Well, you notice a lot of dashes do that too.
Yeah, they
you know
all
what I'm
crack
saying?
and they get
Yeah,
all
it's the
sticky.
I think
material.
it's probably something. Yeah, it's something with the material.
And plus, if it's out in the sun all day, it's
Get you
gonna...
one of them big fluffy ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the old
Yeah,
pimp ones with the
yeah.
fur on around
That way
it.
when your hands sweat
Oh
enough,
man,
you know?
I wanted like the chain link, man. You know?
Oh,
what
the
I'm saying?
chain link steering wheel. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool back in the day.
Hey, when
yeah.
anybody had ever brought a car into my shop and had the the woolly type, I wouldn't touch them, dude. I would go get gloves because I'm like,
You never know what's
just
going
something
on.
about it just grosses
Just
me
freaks
out.
you out.
Man. It takes a lot to gross me out, but I wasn't putting my hands on this steering wheel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Germaphobe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I don't think I would touch it either.
Yeah.
I
He, need-
don't
he
know.
just needs a big hug.
Yeah,
Just a big softy.
I don't need a dang hug.
All right, we got to take a break before we get in trouble. You listen to
Where's Chris when you need him?
Classic Car Radio. We'll be right back.
Offering 24/7 emergency services, Joe Scazzari Roof Services Consulting offers prompt handling of homeowners' insurance claims and has been serving the Treasure Coast for over 40 years. Scazzari's roofing experts can fabricate and install standing seam metal roofs on site, saving you thousands of dollars. And for those do-it-yourselfers, they can cut and fabricate your metal roof and deliver it right to your home or job site. Got a flat roof? Scazzari Roofing and Consulting specializes in all commercial and residential flat roofing systems. State certified and licensed, Scazzari Roofing and Consulting is family owned and operated. Check out their website at roofservicesconsulting.com or give them a call at 772-388-7453 or toll free at 888-675-8106. Scazzari Roofing and Consulting Contractors.
Have you ever wanted your carpets or area rugs cleaned, but you just didn't want to deal with the noise, the wet carpet, and that long dry time? And what happens to all that wet stuff underneath the carpet? Ew! Well, Heaven's Best Carpet Cleaning solves all that with their guaranteed 1-hour dry time. Their low moisture process dries fast, smells great, and it's safe for your kids and pets too. And guess what? They also clean sofas, love seats, chairs, and recliners. Heaven's Best serves all of Indian River County and Barefoot Bay. They're bonded and insured, and your results are guaranteed. Don't put it off any longer. Grab your phone and call Keith at Heaven's Best, 772-643-6999. You'll be thrilled with the results. 772-643-6999.
Oh, we're back. Classic Car Radio. Here we go. Still doing some tech talk. We're here with Steve and Todd, and we're doing some tech talk.
And Jesse.
And Jesse. Jesse chimes in every once in a while. He doesn't really answer too many questions, but...
I don't have much car knowledge.
Yeah, you had car knowledge about the electric road.
I hear him giggling at us.
Yeah. All right, Jeff from Stewart X. Guys, I have a 1955 Chevy truck that has some great patina that I'd like to preserve, but the previous owner replaced and painted the fenders on all 4 corners. Is there any way I can actually duplicate the patina on the new paint? Many thanks.
Mm-hmm.
How do they do that? I've seen guys do it.
But you can do patina. You can like an imitation type patina.
You could spray it.
Yeah, and then you sand through it and that.
Right.
But the problem is to try to match some other patina. Good luck.
Right.
Yeah, I seen a guy do it on one of the videos that someone sent me. The guy puts it was on a truck too. On that, it was a Ford, a 49 F100, and he was taking the fenders off and he stripped them all down in like certain places, like trying to match the truck, and then he threw them outside. He let them sit outside for a month.
Really?
Yep. And then went back over to it and sprayed a little primer on it, let it sit out for another month, and then went back and matte cleared the whole entire truck and the fenders, and it was pretty damn close.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I've seen guys paint the patina on.
Yeah.
And then I saw a guy use acid one time just to get the rust to
rusty look?
start. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would do that.
Well, a lot like you have a truck that has a red primer, and then let's say it was like an old aqua green single solid color.
Yeah.
So you would end up spraying the red primer down, then put your green over it, and then come back and wet sand through it, and
Until you see it.
yeah, till you see that primer and make it look like it's.
And then you just clear coat over the whole thing.
Well, I wouldn't put a shiny clear. They do make a lot of these cars that are patina, and people want to keep that patina looking good. They make a clear, an activated clear.
Yep.
That you actually wipe on the car.
Oh, really?
Yep. And it's not shiny at all. It's more or less like a matte finish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. They did a big episode on that, and they did the car's called Road Burner on the Detroit Muscle Show.
Okay.
And they did an old Charger, I think it was.
And they made patina.
Yep, it was black and then had like orange underneath it, and they sanded through and did all that stuff, and they showed you how they did it. And he matched it pretty good. Tommy Boucher.
Bouger. Some of these guys, when they paint, it's just like, I saw Joe Valenza, his brother has a beautiful old Pontiac. Did I go out? Pontiac, what the hell is it? Like a Suburban kind of thing. And he painted the wood grain on the side. That is, to me, that's unbelievable when you could do that.
Yeah.
To make wood grain and make it look like wood.
Faux finish.
Yeah. They powder coat that stuff now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because Justin from Extreme Powder Coating up in Fellsmere, he does all that stuff. And guy had a door and had shutters and all that stuff on it. It was all wood, looked like the wood grain shutters.
Right.
And he powder coated all the shutters to match the house and then the garage door. And that's pretty bad.
Now,
awesome
have you ever painted wood grain, Todd?
Airbrushed it.
Airbrushed it? Yeah, that's right. You do a lot of airbrushing.
Not much anymore. I used to do a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do people come in like now?
No.
Anybody know what's gone away? Pinstriping has gone away, right? Not too many people pinstriping their cars.
Well, all the most of your dealerships and new cars get all. They'll have somebody like Tim from Z Stripe come in, and he works a deal with them. He'll come and stripe 70 cars on the lot or something like that.
On the new cars, but the old cars, you don't see that.
Oh yeah, you don't, not too much. Some of the older cars, that in that era that did well with that type of striping, you might see that. Although you go to Turkey Rod Run, there's that guy there, that does that. He's pretty busy.
The guy Steve from Cool Cars, he has a guy that comes down. I forget that guy's name. He does all pinstriping.
There's a guy right here in Vero.
I seen a van or something driving by with that.
Yeah,
he's a pinstriper.
Yeah, that might be the guy from Steve from Cool Cars, because he drives like a little old, an older Suburban or something like that, and it's all pinstriped out. I'm sure he's going to be at his car show on April 21st at the Barbecue Fest.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so we got what else we got? Where are we up to? Gary from Fort Pierce asks, Todd, I have a '66 Malibu with a bench seat. I'm 6'2" and could use some more space. Can you give me some ideas on how to move it backward without using a welder? What do you think?
Oh, boy.
Gary. I'm 6'6".
Right?
I don't know what to tell you, bro. I can't.
How do you do it?
How do you do it? You
Yeah.
can't. You can't tell you because if he gets in an accident, he gets
Well,
hurt.
that's true, right? That's your fault. That you don't.
There's ways you got to be innovative.
Whatever you're thinking that you need to do is what you got to do, but you didn't hear it from us.
Yeah, yeah. It's really not something that's a safety item, so I can't tell you that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because you got a guy like Shaq.
Yeah.
When West Coast Customs used to build his cars for him, Shaq is 7'4", I think. I mean, he had to sit in the back seat basically.
Well, a lot of times I would refuse to do a lot of that stuff like that. People come in and ask me, "Hey, man, or if you're building a car for somebody and you got something like that,
Yeah.
To cover yourself. It's hard. It's sad to say that you have to do this, but
Right.
they have to sign
A waiver.
some type of a waiver that they're not going to sue you
Right.
if they were in an accident and got hurt because
Because you moved the seat back.
you moved the seat back.
Now, would it be easier to put buckets in? Would buckets go back further than the bench?
Yeah, because you could. They come with different mounting brackets, or you could come up with your own mounting bracket because that's what you're going to do yourself.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
but to modify that bench seat,
Because I'm
use your brains.
Yeah, I'm even
it's
like
really not hard.
even with my Nova wagon, it's with the bench seat. Even though it's far back,
it's not back.
It's not back far enough. Yeah.
Brian Holmes. That's the guy's name. I had to look it up. I just couldn't remember his name. I apologize, and I've known him for a long time.
Yeah.
He builds knives, and he does takes the pinstripe with a little brush and makes it look so easy and does all your little crazy designs.
I mean, it's definitely an art.
He's
to do
amazing.
that.
Yeah.
It's really
I
is.
tried doing it. It looked like, it's funny. I can airbrush like mad.
Yeah.
But when it comes to doing pinstripe, it looks like I'm detoxing.
I'll tell you who's a tall dude. The guy that has that Plymouth Valiant in our shop. Is it 66 Plymouth Valiant that somebody hacked up?
Yeah, Chuck.
We won't mention any names.
We won't mention who worked on it, but yeah, Chuck's
Sorry
very
ass
tall.
hacks.
And the last one.
I want my build off.
Stephen Ford Pierce asks, Mike, how much difference in parts of a 72 and 76 Gremlin? I have 72 looking at a 76 for parts, windshield, door, windows, and so on. Do they all fit? Yes, they do. They all fit on the Gremlins.
Head hits the fan.
The head hits the fan.
Yeah, he's tall enough for the fan that's in the shop.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
He was cutting through the office. He's like, oh, he's right there. And he cut through. I was like,
he's a big dude.
I'm like,
Chuck, yeah.
He's like, hey, that fan's a little low. I was like, no, you're a little tall.
Yeah, you paint that thing red.
Super nice guy, though.
All right. Real quick, we got a couple of minutes. April 6th, the Christian FM at the Central Assembly of God is having a car show. Registration is from 10 to 2, and you pre-register for $10 a day, or the day of the show is $15, and that's at the Christian FM at the Central Assembly of God Church. And then April 13th, Wheels and Keels. Do you guys go to that? You guys a part of any of that? Wheels and Keels? No?
No, I know a couple people going.
Down in Vero?
Yeah.
What's
Well,
the day
they
off?
shut down the whole, was it a golf course they shut down?
Yeah, they use part of the golf course, yeah.
And everybody
I might go.
everybody parks on the golf course. You just can't spin your tires, right?
Right.
Yep, my Bronco will be there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Mhm.
And our buddy Steve up at Cool Cars up in Grant is having, April 20th is having a classic car show at the Grant Barbecue Fest. Registration begins at 9 until, pre-registration is until April 15th. So that's going to be ending next week. Includes a t-shirt. Day of show is $20. And he's going to have a whole bunch of stuff they're giving away. He was showing me some of the trophies that they're giving away. They're all handmade.
Cool.
They're pretty good, and that's at the Cool Cars, which is on Malabar Road in Babcock. And then the show is going to be at the Grant Barbecue Fest right behind Rib City on US 1 in Grant.
Grant.
So that's it. Hopefully Keith will be back next week. Don't forget to check out his kjmcdonald.substack.com for some
Dry
funny
humor.
Weak jokes.
Supposedly some weak humor jokes.
Weak, yeah.
And that's really about it. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.
See ya.
See you. Put the pedal to the metal. We're out of here. Jesse,
Build off,
play us
punk.
out, Jess. Jess, say goodbye once. Go ahead.
Bye, guys.
Oh, my bad.